Can you guys hear me all right? Very valuable over there.
Testing.
Testing. Yeah, you're good.
Raise your hand, I can hear me.
You can hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Daryl Anthony Baca. I welcome you. Greetings. To staff, doctors, professors, our formerly incarcerated intellectual scholars, and to the viewing audience. I wasn't expecting this, but welcome. One quick note that I'd like to say is, and address this to our formerly incarcerated individual scholars, Cal Poly students, and myself via Pelican Bay State Prison. We are proud and honored to be in your presence. The work that you do and continue to do inspires us. So thank you. And just so you know, a lot of these guys back here, one day want to fill those seats that you sit in. So continue the good work. We're proud of you. I would also like to thank our faculty and staff and our students at Cal Poly Humboldt. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for embracing us and welcoming us into your community. We appreciate it. I also want to give a special shout out to Meg Baird, and she's our tech Zoom expert. So she put all this together for us. We appreciate you. Of course, I also have to say thank you to CDCR, staff, faculty, and everybody in the education department, because we all know none of this is possible without you, without your approval, without your assistance. Your guidance, direction has given us the power to continue forward. So we appreciate you. Like I've already mentioned, my name is Daryl Anthony Baca. I've been incarcerated for quite a few years. So I've been doing this for some time. My educational journey, 10th grade dropout, received my GED in 1987, again in 2013, received my AA degree in social behavior science at Coastline Community College. And now I'm ready to earn my bachelor's degree. Should be graduating in the spring of 2026. So I've come a long ways, and I've been through, my journey has been long, but as of right now, I can say that it's starting to, where it makes sense to me now. Everything that I've done, all the support that I've had over the years, the decades, has really allowed me to do that internal inflection and resolve my issues that I had. And I needed to identify those. And a lot of those, I needed to do those self-help programs. And I got involved with Gogi, Coach Taylor. I got involved with Kat and John from Hustle 2.0, the 5 Ventures. They really helped me mold and create the person I am today. And so I appreciate all that assistance and support. Jack and Dolores have been a great support of mine as well. I appreciate you guys, and thank you very much. Education, for me, it's I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it, it saved my life. I've been involved in education since 2017 and worked in the education department here at Pelican Bay State Prison as a teacher's aide, as a clerk. This is where I found my purpose in life, to giving back to my community and helping. A lot of these guys were my students. And now we're right here in the bachelor program together. This is what I want to do. This is what wakes me up in the morning and wants me to continue this work. Well, my time's about up. I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. How much I've enjoyed this moment being here. And to my support team, my accountability partners, thank you for everything that you've done for me moving forward. And there's a lot more speakers behind me, so I'm gonna step on down and give them opportunity to showcase their skills. Thank you very much. Oh, I forgot to introduce.
Gotcha. All right. That's cool. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michael Anthony Mariscal, and I'm here to tell you that I am a person serving life without the possibility of parole. A sentence that's meant to deny not only my physical freedom, but hope in any way. To not imagine my future, to take away that hope, college, in prison has taught me the tools to dig through that concept that's been drilled in me ever since I was sentenced. Because I stand before you today as a scholar, a college student, and a believer in the power of transformation through education. My presentation is more than just about my sentence. It's about a testimony and a call to action that the pathway to education should be for everybody, where we are often limited by through the denial of access because of our security level, our sentences, or us being on general population yards. Through this community I found in here, I found freedom. To everybody in this classroom, this is my community. These scholars are the people who I surround myself with, and this is how I found meaning and purpose in my life. So when the world has told me that I'm not worth the investment because because I'm too dangerous, or my sentence, or because of my sentence, everybody in here reminds me every single day about that self-worth, about coming to class, about turning in these essays to learn, to dig through these concepts, because it brings meaning to our lives. The opportunity to find this freedom within ourselves is something that's giving me purpose. In the words of Dean Spade, in the community that I'm talking about, the way of being together and supporting each other that builds our collective capacity to survive and transform. This is the mutual aid that I found within this group. That mutual aid has brought me through the ups and downs in the rocky road, of prison. Because sometimes it's just hard to come to class. And sometimes it's hard to turn in an essay that you just don't understand. But everybody here supports each other and brings us up. I invite every one of you guys, professors, to understand that through this community, to trust into the students, trust into we have people here who depend on each other, that when you see someone despondent, when you see someone not showing up to class, ask about them, reach out to them, reach out to their friends. They may not be able to explain stuff to you because in here we can't talk about everything. But just trusting them that when they say, hey, it's gonna be all right, he's gonna show up. It's all right, they're gonna be here. Trust that that's what's gonna happen, because the community is real, and it's honestly, it's been life-saving for me. I urge you just to be vigilant and to notice and to trust these students, because we are all going through something. In closing, I invite you to reimagine higher education not as a charity or anything else besides a mutual endeavor, one that honors the humanity for all and the potential for every scholar, no matter what their sentence is, no matter what they're going through, no matter what someone else tells you about them. Education means that much to us that we would go and strive through everything just to make it to class, even on the days that we don't show up, because believe it, it's sitting in our heads that, hey, this has brought meaning and this has been our survival. I believe every one of us will tell you about what that survival is and what that survival means. I thank you guys today. Thank you for showing up.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Samuel Knoll. I just want to say how much of an honor it is and a privilege it is to be here, share this space with you all. I want to talk about uncertainty. This morning, I woke up with a lot of anxiety and this level of uncertainty that we might not even be able to be in this, to share this space with you right now. We were facing a looming lockdown. But I would say at about 8 o'clock, I looked on Canvas on our laptops and I found, an announcement from Dr. Schnurr here, letting us know that he's on his way. He just made a sandwich. He's on his way up here. Steve was wrestling moose in Alaska. And we got Sydney gathering our textbooks together. And we got Mark on the way down south to that. We just did a conference before this for some Native American youth and the juvenile justice system. So it's those things that uplift us and people coming together and really supporting us while we're in here, because we're navigating a lot and we're navigating a lot of uncertainty, just as many of you will navigate uncertainty out there and coming into these spaces to teach us and create this, to give us a safe space for us to learn, to trust each other and build community. Now, this transformation through education is not just about the degree. Of course, we're all proud. We're all going to be bachelor graduates from Cal Poly Humboldt University. And we attended that in Pelican Bay State Prison. I would never think that that would ever be a possibility. But it's not just about that. It's about the quality of life that is being provided for us. The tools that we are given that's going to give us a sense of purpose, that sense of identity that's going to help us navigate all of this stuff. I'll be honest with you, I almost didn't even make it into this classroom this morning because of something that happened outside. It's not going to be easy, and we navigate this culture of silence when, that culture in the streets is don't snitch. The code is silent, don't say anything. The minute we get arrested, they tell us we have the right to remain silent. Anything we say can and will be used against us in the court of law. When we go into jails, our lawyers tell us don't say anything, keep our mouths shut, to be quiet and sit down while we let somebody else tell our story and fight our case. And look where that lands us. Now, I know that this is hard to teach people in this environment, and at times you may feel like you need to dumb down the work or meet us where we're at, but don't dumb it down. Uplift us and challenge us. But at the same time, give us grace and compassion, and just have an understanding that we are going through a lot in here, and this is not an easy space to navigate, especially to pursue a college degree and higher education. But I just wanted to say thank you and express my sincere gratitude for you guys being here and sharing this space with us and supporting us. So thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Antonio Barajas, and the advice I would give professors coming in to teach in this environment is to be patient. We've come a long way, and when I look back from the beginning to now, it's a lot that we went through. There was a language barrier in the beginning. I remember asking questions or communicating with professors, and just the discourse that I was in and the academic discourse that they were in, there was just a little bit of misunderstanding there. And I could have approached that many different ways, negative ways. I could have been frustrated and just decided not to say anything anymore. But I learned patience. Well, I have patience, but they help cultivate more patience in me. So the advice I would give to the professors is be patient. The program in here could be sporadic. Someday you might not be able to come in here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So be innovative, be patient and innovative. We want the education that's out there, but we realize we lack the same technology as students out there in universities have. So bring your A game, be innovative enough to give us the same education, but with that lack of technology and all the resources that a student in the free world would get. And lastly, I would say have empathy, not sympathy. We want people to empathize with us. But at the same time, I would hope that you all take care of yourselves because we go through a lot. There's a lot of history in all of us. It's not the best of history. And it comes out in class, it comes out in our assignments, it comes out in presentations. And I would imagine it's not easy for us. I can imagine for a professor what they have to deal with. So just take care of yourselves. Make sure that you're okay and we'll be okay. We do want your solidarity and we appreciate the solidarity, but at the same time, we worry about you guys just as much as you guys worry about us. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Don Pinjardo, and I'm glad to be here with you all today. I'd like to share a thought about navigating our challenges inside this carceral space and out. As an individual and as a collective, I've come to realize we all share a common thread, whether in pursuit of our educational goals or seeking change to personal development. We're all seeking success in becoming somebody greater than our achievements. In addition, if there's any suggestions I could offer to any prospective faculty, staff, or professors, if ever granted an opportunity to experience teaching within the carceral space, I would say do not hesitate. As I may reassure you that the incarcerated scholars within this space will only motivate and inspire you to continue teaching within these confines. And it would be an experience like no other. Now, whether one is experiencing burnout or seeking a new motivational experience in teaching, you would not be disappointed to find some of the brightest minds sitting right here in these carceral spaces. And I think that, hell, you might even find your next, your favorite cohort sitting right here. But I would like to read a quote from Ivan Illich, author of Deschooling, who wrote, "A good education system has three purposes. It should provide all who want to learn with access to available resources at any time in their lives. Empower all who want to share what they want to know with those who want to learn it. And finally, furnish all who want to present an issue to the public with an opportunity to make that challenge known. As learners should not be forced to submit to an obligatory curriculum or be discriminated against based on on the possession of a certificate or diploma. Education should be available to all without restrictions. For all those who seek learning, let me back up a minute. There was actually one component I kind of left out here. And I think we've all come to acknowledge as students and educational learners, is that we have learned that it takes a very special person to come in here and teach within these carceral spaces. However, I reassure you that this will be an experience like no other, an opportunity not wasted, nor one that any student takes for granted within these spaces. For those who choose to learn from the knowledge that you bring in here. I would say that to all those future prospective professors, set aside your bias and societal norms or the stigmas that labeled the incarcerated person as the worst of the worst. Do not discriminate and tap into that empowerment and come share what you know with those who want to learn it from you. As we will show you who we are as people, scholars, and intellectuals, seeking to become something greater than our past.
Good afternoon. My name is Benjamin, and I am a proud participant of the co-op Pelican Bay Group of Cal Poly Lumberjacks. At the age of 15, I was tried as an adult and sentenced to life. At 17, I entered the California prison system. At 28, I received a GED. At 44, I earned an AA degree in social and behavioral science. And by 46, I plan on achieving one of my life goals of obtaining a bachelor's degree in communications. I underscore these stages of my life map to emphasize the phases of learning and finding purpose through academics. We learn differently at different stages of our lives, but even in the shadows of confinement, we find a spark of hope for change in education. Having had the opportunity to learn of epidectic rhetoric, semiotics, praxis, and biographical mediation, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It is through education that I have now found a community. Here is where I learned gems from our professor, Dr. Max Scherner, who has shown us that vulnerability creates solidarity and to value learning over education. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Davion Holman, and I'm a proud Cal Poly senior. I wanted to share a few things with you guys. The things we ask and are most important to us are don't judge the person, but get to know the person. Get to know us, the character of the person, the heart of the person. Because for so long, we have been judged without being given a chance. We have had others tell our stories as if they were the authors of our lives. We have been put down without a helping hand, made to feel like we're not deserving of a second chance. If you take the time to learn and understand, you will realize how much we value education, how much we love education, how much we needed education, something that was denied and taken from us. The power of education is so important to us all. It is so liberating. It has allowed us to dream. It changes not only thoughts, but lives. The investment that education has given us all in this room is unmatched. This is something that we don't take for granted. Education has given us purpose and a sense of direction. It has helped us believe in ourselves when that belief was stripped away from us. It has given us a voice, a light to shine in the darkest of time, confidence to know we can make it no matter what we are faced against. It has taught us leadership, gender differences, how to speak in front of a crowd with persuasion, and unearth history that was once buried like sand in the hourglass. I would like to tell, no matter the setbacks, the hardships and letdowns we face, we continue to strive, we keep fighting to show up and show out, to represent to the fullest, even when we don't feel like it. The education we are learning in these classrooms behind these walls are crucial like a heart attack. These books we read are treasure maps to a far land, and the lessons we receive are the treasure from the once forgotten lands. It is opening a door which was once closed and shut to us. Behind these prison walls is not just the worst of the worst, but the best of the best. There is untapped potential waiting to be explored and unlocked, uncut gems waiting to be refined and polished. We are hungry like a person waiting for a meal. We are champions, and these degrees are our trophies and rings. We are waiting and wanting and worth the investment. There's a saying we all live by. Each one, teach one, and reach one. What we have built in here is unmatched, something you cannot find in any other place. We are dedicated, motivated, we support each other, and build and hold each other accountable. The community we have built, the love we receive from not only each other, but the teachers with the compassion and dedication to their craft and relationship building. The way they take the time to build a comfortable atmosphere, always showing up, never taking days off, cannot be duplicated or replicated. It is transformative. Like the late rapper Nipsey Hussle said, real big, real big. I know one day I will do it real big. I know this because of teachers like you and education. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name's Henry Waters from Cal Poly, right here in Pelican Bay. And, I just wanted to, tell everybody I appreciate everybody for being there. And we're asked if, there's people out there that want to share their knowledge and collaborate with us, because, there's a lot of people that are dedicated right here, in their education and, bringing it back to society, like to their families. Like, normally to just make everything better, like we've been doing it here. Everybody's been like pretty much supporting each other. Like, it was hard for me, like the other day, to even come to class because, we have outside people, loved ones that are sick, but I still pushed it. I had people around me pushing me to go to class. This type of environment we have right here. But I understand there's some concerns about why we should get education or we think everybody should get it, to be honest. And we share the same universal ethics as everyone else. So, well, like right now, like I'm using exactly what you guys show me. Mr. Ross right here, show me how to speak freely to you guys through using eye contact, which I'm trying. Foster a use of a smile, you know what I mean? Like face expressions. Like I believe that there's people right there in that room that can really make a difference in here and out there if we really just put our minds together and all. That's pretty much it, because I think everybody's thing right here was lack of education and generational trauma. I think that's the reason why all of us are in here. So I think what you have to offer can really change that, even our worldviews. Thank you.
I feel proud to be in this space with my community, but I also feel proud to see the future community that I'm going to be joining. I go to board in May 14th of next year, and I've been prepping myself, going through everything that's available to me, any resource, right? So I'm prepping myself because at the end of this journey, I want to be right there with you guys, and I also want to become a professor. I want to give back to my community. I want to give back to the people who need this help, right? 7 years ago, it was about I would say 7 years ago when I started my journey with education with College of the Redwoods. I met Tori Eagles. She impacted my life. We started talking about different things that could help us, better ourselves in the classes that we were most interested in. And she pretty much gave a lift to the program. Through that program, she also brought people from Project Rebound. And I got to meet people from other orgs out there, like underground scholars, rising scholars. And I met Danny Murillo, I met Lily Gonzalez. And to me, I established a friendship with Lily, who to this day still encourages me. She encourages me each and every day to be the best person I can, right? And she's been wonderful. She's been amazing. She's always talked about her journey, and she's extended to me and told me, these are the obstacles that you're gonna face, but based on the grit, based on the growth mindset that you have, you're gonna be able to overcome them. And she always tells me, there's a lot of people out here who are supporting you, but there's a lot of people who want to see you thrive and succeed. And I see this room full of people, and it makes me so proud. It just gives me this pride. I want to be part of that community. I want to go out there and make a change. Like I said, today, it just feels amazing to be able to talk to you guys and let you know that there's a lot of guys who are doing the same thing, and two communities are coming together within prison and people out there who were formerly incarcerated and who did everything they could. And you guys are representing as well, because I see a lot of the stories too, on TV, or sometimes with do special segments, or even people that I talk to that tell me, hey, have you heard of this person? Have you heard of this other person? And different, orgs come up, and to me, it's just, it brings a lot of motivation. It brings up a lot of inspiration. And like I said, being in Cal Poly has also allowed me to meet great professors, people who are currently, inspiring us in different ways. And one of the professors that has really impacted me and has great conversations with me every time I see him, it's very embracive, is Roberto Manico, who I also want to give a shout out to, because he's gone above and beyond and telling me that,
once you're out, I'm gonna help you get into a master's program and I'm gonna help you get your doctorate. To me, to have those type of resources, right, is something that really just inspires me, it motivates me, and I'm not giving up on my dream. I want to, get my master's in Chicana ethnic studies. I want to pursue a CRT doctorate. So, like I said, I'm proud of being here today, talking to you guys, and eventually being being part of the community and doing the work and giving back and coming back and teaching these guys. I have the dual experience of maybe going out there one day and doing the same thing and also being in here and helping these guys, right? So I've picked up a lot from everybody that puts into this program. And thank you for being here today. Thank you for the space. Thank you for the community. Thank you for the support. I appreciate each and every one of you.
So, thank you very much for allowing me to do this. And my name is Alberto Carvajal. I've been in car since I was 16 years old. I went through the whole juvenile system. Before I was incarcerated, I lived in a low-income society where education wasn't available as much. But the small amount of education I did have took me out of the cave and opened up a whole world. Through the system, I got a GED at 17 years old in the juvenile system. Within my prison system, in the beginning stages, I had a life sentence, so I really didn't care about anything, but the education was the only thing that I enjoyed as much. Reading a book, gaining knowledge is what I was enjoying as much, but it wasn't until I started to go to college that I noticed that learning was better when the teacher was actually sit down there and structurized everything and detailed everything and allowed me to gain the knowledge that I needed to gain, to where instead of showing the community as much as possible, was to have different solutions and build an infrastructure and allow me to build ties and networks so I can build on the community. I got my AA degree at the Feather River in the high desert. And but it was just like books and learning like that, but it was only instructions here, pick up a book here, read this, do your assignments, and that was pretty much it. There was no teacher interaction. So I figured I needed to go to college. I went to college at Rebels, and I met some teachers, and I learned that that's the only way I can learn. So I didn't have to. I already had an AA degree, so I think, you know what, I'll just get another one. I got an AA degree at a college in Redwoods, right here in 2024. I joined Cal Poly. Even though Trump is trying to decide to do away with the educational system, you guys are taking the time to continue with your careers and learning. So I would ask just to be patient with us and, give us the tools that we need to go back to the community and be better, instead of constantly destroying, especially with everything that's going on right now. And I think education is the key. If you know how to read a book, if you know how to write, if you know how to understand what the laws are, I think you'll be able to fight against tyranny. And I think that'd be a good idea, and education is key. So thank you very much, and I thank you for your time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dana Hoffley. Educators, you are appreciated. You are valued. Your hard work doesn't go unnoticed. All the sacrifices that you make, all the papers that you grade. If it was up to me, the appreciation would be showed with a raise. Educators have always been the ones who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. They pushed me, they motivated me, they encouraged me, they told me that you're smarter than you think. I even have a teacher who kept in contact with me throughout incarceration. She was the same teacher that helped me get my first job at a camp that helped with people that was in special education. I was one of those kids. I now have a new group of educators who believe in me. The feedback they gave me and the tough grading has propelled me to becoming a straight A student. I now have a 3.98 GPA. Teachers here have also treated me like a human instead of a number. When faced with a tough decision of getting a level 3 behavior override to go to a lower level, it was people like Sydney, Max, Steve, Mark, who sat and talked to me to help me through this decision. And they offered me a chance to become a lumberjack. This will be my first year at Cal Poly Humboldt. I want you to know that the tools that you give us not only help us to become better persons, but it helps our community and our youth as well. Because of a lot of us here feel that it's a duty for us to give back to our community. You're creating better neighbors and safer communities. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you for being here. My name is Francisco Vallejo. Resilience and community is what we grew up doing. As my peers have touched on various aspects of resilience and community, as you witnessed, this presentation highlights the diverse minds that are able to be nurtured because of this space. As for myself, as various scholars have touched on in the past and present, as in like Margaret Kovac at the University of Toronto in 2009, when she was touching on legitimizing indigenous mythologies, character, conversation, and context. When you begin to describe, you lose the context. The power is in the contextual view, the actual impact as a tool. As Michelle Jones touches on mythology, who would believe a prisoner? Basically meaning that the position of the impact and the position of the impacted, the several layers of impact are actually used as a way of guidance in the research. This is the value. This is the value for me of each individual scholar in here, as each individual pursues further on and beyond. As we grow and be nurtured through our development. And I think this is the value of the education when it comes as impacted myself. So I think that we're all given the same thing to talk about, but we all came through it in different angles in different ways. And that's what I mean by views and angles within the context. And we appreciate your time, and that's it for our presentation. And if you have any questions, we're here for questions and answers, and we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing so much insight with us, for so much inspiration, transparency, and vulnerability. We really appreciate it. I am going to take a minute right now to see if someone from our audience would like to ask a question. And I would just like to say, as a side note, you are already a part of our community. We are already a part of your community. We consider you family. And when we move forward, every step we take, we have you in mind. Question? We wanted to know if we can also take a picture with you all, if it's okay with you. We would like to stand up and take a photo with everybody. I saw one thumb up. Is that cool? Yes. All right. Thank you so much. So we're all going to join on one side of the screen. Everybody, please run on over for a group photo.
People, look at that audience right there. Look at those people.
Yeah, we want you to see how many of us are here. We sold out this conference. There were over 300 attendees, plus panelists, faculty, 350 attendees, plus faculty, and all of us are formally incarcerated. Everyone you're seeing here represents your family. We are all formerly incarcerated students. And so we're so proud to be a part of the group with you.
How's my hair? Looking good.
Come back.
Jazz hands.
Should all make a funny face? Picture. No? Funny face picture.
I'm on three to do it.
One, two, three.
Ask if they have any questions and then they can grab the. If anybody wants to ask any questions, we have a mic up here, and if you want, you can stand somewhere back there for the camera so they can see you. Do we have anybody with any question? Get on there and ask your question.
Okay, Karen Hernandez from LA Trade Tech wants to let you all know that if you write to LA Trade Tech, she specifically is in charge as a professional expert of responding to your letters. And she will provide information for you if you would like to have access to LA Trade Tech. And now Jack has a question, so we're gonna set him up to ask.
Jack, see if it works.
Jack, can you wave your hand like this so that I can? Okay, Jack just waved his hand. He's gonna ask you a question now.
Congratulations for all the progress all of you are making, not only in educating yourself, but also in transforming your lives and impacting those that you're having contact with, whether it's virtually or personally. This question is for Daryl. Daryl, how does it feel to be able to impact an individual or individuals around you in a positive through education and vision for a future?
How does it feel to impact my environment? It feels great. And because it's something new and different for me, because how I impacted my environment decades ago is like a 180-degree turn. Whereas before it was always a negative impact. Now, since my transformation, since education, everything's positive. I look back at these guys and I tell them all the time how much, how proud I am of them. And I encourage them to continue in their journey in education. And I also let them know that I can't do this without them. They're my biggest support. And I appreciate and love each and every one of these guys sitting behind me. And I lead by example. I want them to know that we can change the narrative on our prison yards, especially right here in Pelican Bay. And that's what I want to do. Let's do things differently. Let's change the narrative. Let's move in a different direction. And like I said, I'm proud of these guys, of the courage they have to step up and change their lives. Because I didn't have that courage when I was their age. And they know that, so the impact I have today is it's a positive impact. I'm proud of these guys. These guys wake me up in the morning and want me to come back here in the education department. So thank you, Jack. And before I leave, if I want to survive another day, to my beautiful wife, hello.
Questions? Any more questions? There we go.
Kat, can you hear us, Kat? Ask us a question, come on.
They got folks coming, they're just getting the microphone.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's amazing to see you. What do you all need from everyone on this call? Like, what can one person do to make a greater difference in your education? Do you need more money, more books, more what? So that there can be a whole lot more of you.
So we're cats, you ain't spoken. Yeah, in the space.
So I would, I'm not sure about the resources, et cetera, about like, money and everything like that, but I would definitely, I would definitely say that professors, we need more professors like you. So word of mouth, reaching out to your friends, your professors, your colleagues, and just, continuing on showing them videos like this, our debates, you know, just change, the way we've changed the narrative is by doing these debates, doing these videos, conferences, so just exposing more of the public and more of your friends and more of your colleagues on what's actually happening over here. Like what the potential is over here, right? That's the thing I'd encourage is to just continue to spread that word. You know, books are great. Money, everybody needs money, right? Everybody needs money, no matter what walk of life, right? But more than anything, we need that generosity of spirit. We need that continued, because the professors that we have here, Ross the boss, Master Sherman, they meet us where we're at. Every individual student here are in different places. So spreading that word about the potential and understanding that not everybody here are on a level playing or in that same I guess that same level. Like everybody's different and not necessarily hierarchical, not one's above the other, but more of space. You know, so just meeting us where we're at, spreading that word, and just knowing that there's a lot of potential happening behind you. So I just say just continue that word, spread word of mouth. So thank you.
Is there like a big wait list for the program to get in then? Like if you had 10 more professors, would you be able to serve 10 times the number of guys?
We have multiple guys that are ready to graduate from College of Redwoods that are or either already graduated from College of Redwoods, but it's the lack of space. I believe the lack of space. These are technical questions that I'm really not really privy to.
Okay.
I do know as far as me and the individuals around the yard, I know there's many that just cannot wait to get into this program, right?
Okay.
But it's just a lack of space. So just yeah. All right.
And it looks like
Thank
you're ready to ask them.
Yeah, thank you.
Folks who are ready to ask them.
Awesome.
My name is Paul Vega. My question is, are you mindful of your lived experience and combining it with higher education? And to put it in context, when I was taking, I'm an ex-lifer, it took 5 more years to get out. And when I was taking my college at Ironwood, one of the homies told me, be careful with higher education, because it teaches you concepts. It doesn't teach you finesse. And when I went back, and I took a break after earning a couple of degrees, and when I went back, I really looked at my own lived experience. And I was going through the self-help programs, and I was being told, get away from everything that I ever knew. Disregard everything I've ever been a part of. And I started realizing something about myself, that there's even skill sets in a lot of the stuff that I was a part of. Being a gang member, being a drug dealer, sticking needles in my arm. And I started reframing those skill sets, and I eventually got out. And then when I went to San Diego State, I got my bachelor's, got my master's, now I'm a clinician, now I'm in a PhD program. And when people ask me, and when some people ask me, how do you do it? I joke, but I also don't. And I say I took the street and the prison politics to higher education. What I mean is how to conduct myself, be professional. When I say I'm gonna do something, do it. You know, show up early, be mindful when on my way up, as well as the same people I'm gonna come across when I come down. So my question is, again, are you guys mindful of your lived experience, your strengths, what you've been through, and how are you applying it to higher education? That's it.
As far as being mindful, I think a lot of us are mindful of where we've been from, like our journeys. And we're actually like me, I talk to my family about everything we do in here, like, I try to preach what I say, I try to come do my work on time, I have a support system, I see someone right there that been supporting me forever. But like being mindful, like, yeah, I think we are mindful of each other, that's the thing that I see. And as far as the curriculum, we know what our history is, but we don't let it define us. That's how mindful we are. That's basically how I see it.
It's Mount Saxon, it's not on there.
No,
Yeah, it's Mount Saxon.
we just went down right now.
There, it'll connect back right now.
There it is.
Okay, there we go.
And so as far as we're mindful to each other, our families, and to society, so I think that's the best way we could put it without saying too much, right? Thank you.
Hello, my name's.
He's gonna speak.
Well, Bill can answer that one. No, yeah, that was, hey, no.
If you don't mind, I'll answer part of his question too, real quick. First, I want to say though, Dolores, thank you for always showing up on Sister Soul on those Sundays, all those years in the shoe. Hearing you, Jack, my respects to you, I tip my hat to you. Remember you D7, D8, you know? For all the incarcerated scholars out there that did it, my respects to you. About the question about being mindful of what we have in ourselves and stuff. I mean, the guys know me here in the back and stuff, you know, part of the reason I left school and stuff, you know, because they wanted me to do it a certain way and stuff, and I really didn't like it. So I left, thought school was all bullshit, though, even though I knew I could do the work and stuff. Took many years for me to get back into school and stuff. It's more just a challenging myself to do it and stuff. But like you said, when you're growing up on the streets, I tell people like some of the best education I got, it might not have been book smarts, but it was street smarts. You know, and a lot of people don't have that. You know what I mean? We could survive just, you know, learning what we know by just talking to people down the street or whoever we meet, you know. A lot of people have business skills, but even if they're doing stuff illegal or whatever they're putting together and stuff, just transfer that over into the, you know, the educational aspect of it and stuff, you know. And you're just combining the two worlds, but it's just looking into yourself and deciding like, do I want to step back from doing the illegal and just put it towards the educational and stuff? And that's part of what brought me back to school. Mr. Baca did, because he knew I got a AA in the shoe and stuff. And for years, I didn't want to do this stuff because it was like, man, I'm not ready to go through all that homework again and write essays and stuff. Be honest, I'm still not now and stuff, but I do it because now that I'm here, you know, now that I'm here, I just don't want to feel like I'm letting anybody down and stuff, myself especially too, but these guys too, like they keep talking about the support and everything. So, you know, I just want to say that, yeah, I think all of us are mindful of what we have it in us, but it's just somewhere along the path when we were young or whatever, like, what the hell was it worth it? You know, all our lives we're just hearing that, oh, you guys are idiots, you're gonna go, you know, we're gonna drop you off at Nellis, you're gonna end up in, you know, Padrinos or whatever and stuff, you know, or prison, like, okay, well, that's all you think, then shit, I could be that badass, you know what I mean, and prove you right, you know? But at the same time, as I got older and mature, I know I could prove you wrong too and show you, so, you know, thank you.
Peace, homies. How y'all doing? My name is Dr. Craig Waleed. I'm from Rochester, New York. I represent North Carolina. I've been out of prison since 1997, and I earned an associate's degree while I was incarcerated. And during my time out, I ended up earning a doctorate in 2018. If we're talking about education, understanding the etymology of the word education or the origins of what it truly means, it comes from, I think the word educo or educere, which means to bring forward or to bring out that which is within. And so thinking about your education, my question is how has, and I might have missed this because I came in late, but my question for you is how has your pursuit of education while incarcerated shaped the way you see yourself and your future beyond these walls? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shaka Nasser. Education for me, before I got in college, I self-educated for many years. Being able to get in a classroom setting with teachers I feel like there's a great opportunity for us to broaden our worldview and return to our community to be able to really assist in restoring our communities to health. Many of us come from system impacted communities that led us to prison, and with education, I think we can actually have a positive impact on the youth out there before they come to prison. Everybody has something of value. I believe if education had been offered to us who've been on level 4 years ago, a lot of us would probably have doctorate degrees. So, thank you.
Hello, gentlemen. My name is Timoteo Benitez. I just want to get a shout out to Daryl. Y'all pulled off 21 in Pelican Bay. Oh, hey, I just want to give a shout out. Hey, man, I love you guys, man. You guys support you guys out here. It came to the point where I changed my life. I was a regular AR for a couple of years, got out to shoot, but now I'm doing good. I changed my life. I'm on parole. I celebrated 3 years being sober. All the fellas right there, no, property guys, living spirits is possible, change is possible. I was there a couple years ago with you guys, I love you guys, homie, and you guys keep your head up. You guys support each other right there, and I wish you guys the best.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I just want to say, hello to you all and congratulations on your journey with education and just how far you've come. And as the one gentleman mentioned about sisters, thank you for bringing that up. Many of you were locked away in a dungeon of cement and steel with no contact whatsoever, and that's where I bonded with many of the dad members. Said, Daryl, thank you for giving your beautiful wife a shout out. We spent Thanksgivings, Christmases. She made us a home away from home. She made us feel loved. She made us feel welcome. And she got us through that. And so did Sister Soul. So this weekend we'll be in Crescent City. And Monday we're going to stop at Sister Soul's house because it's Michael DeBronx's birthday, her husband, that she was always shouting out. And I know this will be the biggest gift ever. And I'm wondering if your professor will allow everyone to say at once, but give me 1 second so I can turn around and record it. Everyone to say at once, happy birthday, Michael DeBronx. We love you. That would be from where many of you came from, locked away, where they tried to bury you and they didn't know you were leaving. And now you're teaching classes, education, inspiring us. We're out here, and we can go do anything we want at any time of day. And I am feeling more encouraged and more inspired by this conference than ever before. And I look forward to having you talk to the LA youth council and the halls with information. So, professors, would it be okay if they just said happy birthday, Michael DeBronx, this old husband?
Yeah.
I don't want to break any rule. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Wait, Mr. Rizal, okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Are we singing it or? Don't sing it. Don't sing it. Sing it.
He wants to sing that.
Sing it.
People want to sing.
Hey, you're right.
Can you put count off 1, 2, 3 and just say happy birthday, Michael DeBronx. Michael DeBronx. Got it, guys? Yeah?
Got it.
I'm from the Bronx. Well, I'm from the Bronx.
1, 2, 3. And we just thank you all for just inspiring us.
I will say, we send love to Mike and sis. It's good to see you so much positivity to them.
Okay. My name is Nick, and just want to say hi to you and everybody out there. I applaud what you guys are doing. And if you guys can take a minute and give everybody in this room who started all this or were ahead of us, that made it possible for me out here to do this, and one day keep it going, so you guys can experience what I'm experiencing right now. Can we do that? And one last thing, here's my question. A wise woman once told me this. How can one see, this is food for thought right, right? But how can one unlock their full potential?
Really quick, it's sort of tough to hear you sometimes through the microphone. As a request, would you just step back away from the PA speaker a little bit and give us right into the microphone, because you're cutting out a little bit and they want to answer the question you asked. So give us one more shot at it.
Okay. How can one unlock their full potential? A wise one in there once told me this.
Get their full potential. Unlock their full potential.
Oh, he don't like it.
So the question is, how can someone unlock their full potential, right? I think that. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Okay, from personal experience, right, it's looking at your life and really making that choice to be somebody different, right? Looking at your community, looking at what you've gone through. Like when we talk about life experience, a lot of us have gone through so much that sometimes we don't know where it's coming from. And through this education that we've gotten, throughout participating in these programs or these educational courses, we've been able to identify what are the systemic, right, oppressions that come and hit us. So I think that once you start participating in education, you start participating in self-help groups, you start participating in, even religious services and NA, anything that is able to help us to crack open and think differently, we start to identify our potential. We start identifying our own power. And our history is our power, right? Our life history is our power. That's really what motivates us to go out there and be visible, be present, to occupy spaces where at one point in time we're never allowed to be. Now we're making a difference. Now we're opening doors. We're creating opportunities for other people who may not believe in themselves. I myself never did believe in myself because I was always put down. But now I do believe in myself because I've been given the opportunity. It's, everybody coming together, finding our humanity, identifying where we need to improve, and just helping each other guide each other through the process. And I think that's what it takes. It takes a lot of humanity. It takes a lot of kindness. It takes a lot of compassion, empathy. And this is what, for myself, that's what's helped me, navigate my whole journey through education and really unlocking my potential. And to this day, I believe in myself 100%. Like I said, I want to go out there and make a change, and I want to come back and serve my community within prison, right? Because a lot of times they give up on them, or a lot of times people say, I'm going to come back. No, that's a promise. That's something that I myself want to come back and do, and give everybody that hope and saying, you know what, Jimmy made it out, right? He made it out, but he didn't forget about us. And what you guys do on the daily for us, going out there and representing, that means so much to us. It's very impactful for us. Like I said, we didn't think that so many people were going to show up. This is to be something, it's mind-blowing. And again, I thank you guys for occupying the space, for giving us this platform, giving us this opportunity, and for just being there present and showing compassion and, everything that we talk about, empathy. And I thank you. So that's, for me, that's opening up, your inner self, opening up your potential, believing in yourself.
Let me tell you something, you got that right, because you got to educate yourself.
Exactly.
And you said that, and everything you said was real, and that's what it is. So, hopefully the day comes where you experience what I'm experiencing, and the rest right here are, we're gonna keep this shit alive so that when you guys get out, this will be here to continue on, all right?
Thank you. Good job. For sure.
Once again, thank you so much for all of the insight, the inspiration, and everything that you've contributed. This is a huge wake-up call for some people, because I think some of us thought we might be like, you know, maybe a counselor at a college, or maybe we'll be a social worker, but now I'm seeing some light bulbs on, and I'm seeing some people who want to be faculty, and they definitely want to be teaching in Pelican Bay and all of the other different spaces that need some faculty like us. We see ourselves in you, and I know that you see yourselves in us now, I hope. Thank you again, fellas.
Let's just get up and say thank you. We appreciate you.
Can you still hear me? Well, I guess we're closing, we're wrapping it up. I want to thank each and every one of you for participating in this program. You continue to inspire us. Everybody here, we appreciate each and every one of you. It means a lot to us. Bring your education here, and you'll have some students. In closing, anything else? I guess we have to close this up because I have a class right now and another presentation I need to do. What's it on? Teacher. So again, thank you for your time, and I appreciate all the love.
Shout out to Kevin and all the organizers in the space. We love and appreciate y'all. Look at that. Y'all got a standing ovation. Got a standing ovation out there.
I can't hear you.
When was the last time you got a standing ovation? And y'all got a standing ovation here too.
Time